Victoria, Lauren, welcome aboard. My name is Cameron. Seatbelts are on. That looks good. Do you have any questions from your safety brief? All right, perfect. Couple air vents here for you. These are all adjustable. If you get cold, you can turn them down or off just by this little lever inside. They swivel if you want to point them someplace else. And there's also one in the ceiling above you here. This one just twists open and closes if you want to adjust the airflow. Pocket on the side has your briefing cards. You've already been over those. That's part of the safety briefing. Bags are here for you if you need them, just in case. And also a notepad in here with a pen if you have any questions for me. Please write them down. I'm also listening to air traffic control. I'll be talking to other pilots. You won't hear any of that going on. So you will see my lips moving with no words coming out. Not talking to myself, I promise. But that will be easier than trying to read your lips if you have a question. Okay. Victoria, this is our flight control area right next to you. I'll be accessing this area continuously throughout the flight. If you accidentally drop anything in here, don't touch it. Leave it there. I'll pick it up for you. I just want to be the one flying today. All right, welcome aboard. All right, Jackie, Shidao, welcome aboard. All seatbelted in? All right, any questions from your safety brief? All right, excellent. My name's Cameron, welcome. Akash and Rashmi, welcome aboard. Seatbelts on? All right, any questions from the briefing? Perfect. For the back seat, your air vents are here in the ceiling. There are 4 of them. There's 2 different types here. We have the silver ones in the center. These ones just twist open and close. The black one here, Jackie, and right here above you, these just have a little lever inside. It kind of rolls open and closes from the inside if you need to adjust it. In front of you in the back of our chairs, there are some pockets. Pockets have your briefing cards. You've already been over those. There are some bags in there for you if you need them, just in case. And also a notepad with a pen if you have any questions that come up. Just write them down, tap me on the shoulder, hand me the notepad, and I'll do my best to answer any questions. Anybody's first time in a helicopter today? Yeah, a couple, everybody. Okay, just think about it like a magic carpet ride. Anytime the helicopter turns, it's going to lean. Just lean with it. It's kind of like a bicycle, motorcycle, jet ski, or boat. When you go around a corner, you kind of get pressed into your seat. Winds have been pretty light today, so I'm not expecting any turbulence, really. But if we do get any, it just makes the ride more fun anyways. So nothing to worry about. First part of the flight, I'll be silent. I got to talk to the tower and monitor traffic. So for the length of our next song coming up, I won't be able to answer any questions. Once that plays out, if you have any questions, just write them down for me. Any questions so far? No? All right, I'm going to get our clearance. We'll be off the ground here shortly.
Years ago, in days of old, when magic filled the air.
All right, lifting up, magic carpet ride right up off the ground. Next to we turn to the left. And then away we go. I look for turtles. There's a turtle here off our left side, right here in the channel. One on the right. 2 on the left. Bunch over here on the right side. Also a school of fish right up ahead. 2 of them. 3 of them. Beautiful shades of blue here. Sandy areas around the reef right up ahead. All right, how's everybody doing so far? Everybody's good? All right. These are our West Maui Mountains. They are the older of our two mountain ranges on the island. They're about 2.5 million years old, giving them some time to erode, so we've got a lot of beautiful valleys here in the West Maui Mountains. Maui is known as the Valley Isle. This is Waihe'e Valley directly in front of us. If you like to hike, we have the Waihe'e Ridge Trail over here off our right side. Starts there, goes up to the water tanks, cuts up into our trees. You'll wind around in those trees for a little bit. Once you come out, you'll be right along the edge of the ridgeline. You can see the trail here right off the right. If you want to go to the very end, you have to go all the way up to this first hill up ahead. There is an observation deck up there. Also a picnic table if you want to bring your lunch. This is one of my favorite hikes on the island. That overlooks the beginning part of the Waihe'e Valley. Waihe'e is one of the areas where we filmed Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park filmed on 3 different islands. They used Kauai, Oahu, and Maui to create that film. Rashmi Akash, right side waterfall. This is what 2.5 million years of erosion looks like. Every time it rains, we lose a little bit more of the island as it gets washed out to sea. There are no hiking trails in the valley below us. This is the only way to see it by helicopter. Lauren, Victoria, right up ahead, we have a waterfall coming up. Jackie, Xiao, here up on the left. Maui is known as the Valley Isle. That's our nickname. Every major island has its own nickname. We'll talk about a few more of those here a little bit later. Alright, looking straight ahead, this is the Wall of Tears. The water comes right out of the rock. The only way to see it is by helicopter. There's no hiking trail that can get you back here. Jackie, we're going to start with our left side here. We'll come in close, and then we'll turn for the right. This is the Wall of Tears. You can see the water comes right out of the rock. All right, right-hand side, Wall of Tears. Welcome to my office. Not a bad office view. beautiful valleys, especially here in our West Maui mountain range. Waihe'e Valley. This is Honikahau Valley. We're going to follow this one out to our shoreline. Oh, and as we lose altitude, you might feel a little squeezing in your ears. That's because we're going to get into some denser air here. So you can hold your nose and blow gently or open your mouth wide. Big yawn to try to stretch and pop those ears as we come down. All these light green trees, kukui trees. That's our state tree. You might see somebody wearing a lei or bracelet made out of kukui nuts. We have some flatter areas right up ahead here. There's a big field here on the right side of the valley as well. These are old pineapple fields. 2008, we had the crash in the economy. That's when they stopped production of all the pineapple fields on the west side of Maui, which is here off our left. We do have active fields. They're in a little town called Hali'imaile, and that's upslope of Haleakala, first little town off the left as you go up the mountain. And if you like, you can do the Maui Gold Pineapple Tour out there. So sweet pineapple breadfruit sweetness. We have our Kapalua Golf Course left side. The Plantation and Bay courses here. The Plantation course is getting redone. That will be done in time for our tournaments. That's where we have the Sony PGA Tour. And then the Ritz-Carlton is the big hotel on the far side. beautiful shades of blue along our coastlines. We are leaving our valley isle behind. We're going to head across the channel to another island. Straight ahead is the island of Molokai. Molokai is known as the Friendly Isle, as long as you don't stay too long. Population out there is about 7,500 people. That is not a lot of people. You can get miles of beaches, hardly anybody on them. You can get beaches to yourself. There is one single traffic light on the entire island, which I'm told doesn't even work. Look out to the left, we have another island, that's Lanai. Lanai is our pineapple island, about 98% of it owned by Larry Ellison. He was the CEO of Oracle database company. Larry Ellison's a billionaire with a B, lots of money. He is developing land out there, and his goal with those new developments is to double the population on that island. Those developments will provide jobs, help out the economy. If he is successful in doubling the population, that island will reach 6,000 people. Also building a yacht harbor, so bring out yachts next time you're out here. All right, all around us, lots of water out here. This is the Pailolo Channel. Pailolo in Hawaiian means crazy fisherman. This is the Crazy Fisherman Channel. It gets pretty rough out here when the winds pick up. Winds are pretty light right now, so it's pretty calm. But imagine being in a tiny boat, fishing off the side, out in the middle of all this water, when the winds get stronger and these waves get bigger. Waves crashing over the top of your boat, filling up your boat. Boat starts to sink, sharks circling around you, wanting your fish. Crazy fisherman, Pailolo. Do you know how to tell when sharks are nearby you in the water? The water will taste salty. If you want to avoid those sharks, don't swim in cloudy water. They won't be able to see you. That's not a good thing. They can still sense you. If they can't see what you look like, they might try to taste you to see what you taste like. And then they'll spit you out. You don't taste good to a shark. But that being said, if they taste you, it's probably going to hurt a little bit. So stay in clear water. If you see any, keep an eye on them. They're cool to watch, and you want them to be able to see you. That way they'll know you're not a tasty morsel. Clear water is where you want to be anyways, because we've got a lot of beautiful sea life out here to check out. Multicolored reef fish along the reefs, one of which is our state fish, and that is called Huma Huma Nuka Nuka Apua'a. That is a triggerfish. You may also hear sea turtles out there as well. Those green sea turtles in Hawaiian are called honu. Much easier to say than Huma Huma Nuka Nuka Apua'a. If you do see a turtle on the beach, stay back 20 feet. They're protected. If you get too close, you can get a multi-$1,000 fine. They come up on the beaches to rest, and they're on the endangered species list. So admire them from a distance. Let them rest. Straight ahead, we have a rock that looks like a turtle swimming across the ocean. Head right in front, shell behind it, flipper coming out here towards us. The rock that looks like a turtle, so therefore they named it Elephant Rock. Elephants. Yeah. The elephant's actually the big side. That is the body laying down, head in the water, trunk. It's not the best angle. We're going to see if we can catch that a little better on the way back. But that is Elephant Rock, not Turtle Rock. All right, beautiful coastlines out here. Shallower waters bring out lighter shades of blue. You'll get turquoise, aquamarine. Deeper waters turning into cobalt blue and sapphire. We have some amazing coastlines. The reef down below us, as it goes towards the south side of the island, you can see it extends out quite a distance, up to a mile in some places. Akash down below us and over here on the right, this is all Murphy's Ranch. Murphy's is a grass-fed cattle ranch. We have a lot of grass-fed beef on the islands. Back when land was cheap, ranchers bought up grassland for their cattle ranches. This is one of them. Although it is kind of hard to imagine cheap land in Hawaii nowadays. There was a 3-acre plot of land that recently sold over by where I'm renting. Sold for over $850,000. No house, just land. But if you build a house there, you're going to have a pretty awesome view. All around us is rainforest, all this green. You're going to find rainforest on the north and eastern facing sides of every single island. It's always our wetter side. Our winds primarily come from the northeast, and they bring the moisture with it from across the ocean, pushing it up into the mountains. Rising up, it's going to cool down. If it reaches the dew point, that's when clouds form. So that's going to be on the northeastern side of every island, always the wetter side. Back over on Maui, on the northeastern side, above Hana, along the slopes of Haleakala, one of the wettest spots on Earth, where we get over 400 inches of rain a year. And it looks like this. It's very densely packed, very green rainforest. Over on the right-hand side, we have a valley coming into view. This is Halawa Valley. Halawa was hit by a tsunami in 1946 and wiped out. Anybody that was living here at the time that wanted to return has rebuilt since then. Not everybody wanted to come back. Those that live here live a simple lifestyle. There's no electricity in the valley unless they have a solar panel or generator. They're also taro farmers, and taro is kind of like the Hawaiian potato. It's a starch. If you put taro into bread, it will turn your bread purple. You'll end up with purple donuts, purple dinner rolls. All right, Lauren, Victoria, straight ahead, the north side of our island coming up. The north side of our island is known for our sea cliffs. We have some of the highest and most beautiful sea cliffs in the world. You can probably tell how much I hate my job. I have to face this every single day. It is a wonder I can make it out of bed in the mornings. So sometimes we'll see some little waterfalls out here. These little ones will dry up over time if we don't get enough rainfall. There's some channels here where they have dried up. If you look straight ahead down the center in the very back, that is Papala'ua waterfall. It is a 1,200-foot tall waterfall. And it is the highest one on the island that runs continuously. There's always enough rainfall to keep it flowing. Taller, thinner one to the right comes and goes with the rain, and for a little perspective, that one on the right is 300 feet taller than Papala'ua. We're going to start with our left-hand side. So Jackie, look straight down. Papala'ua waterfall. All right, we're going to do a little turn here. We're going to lean to the left through the turn, so if you want to look down, I'm going to give you a better chance here. Here we go. All right, Rushmi, Akash, right side. Look all the way down. Papala'ua, 1,200 feet tall. Not a bad office view. Down below us, more of our light green kukui trees. Kukui trees like shadowy areas where the water flows. We have some ribbons of water here off our right. All right, we have 3,000-foot tall sea cliffs directly in front of us. Right now we're about 1,500 feet above the surface of the water below us. Again, some of the highest and most beautiful sea cliffs in the world. Lauren, just up ahead we have a valley coming into view. This is Wailau Valley. It has a black sand beach on the far side. Black sand is pulverized lava rock. Waves will pound rock into sand over time, creating our beautiful black sand beaches. And we have some people that live out here. They live the Robinson Crusoe lifestyle. So they live off the land. They hunt their own food. They grow their own crops. They fish. They homeschool their children. There's no electricity out here. There's no roads to get here. That is only accessible by boat or a very long swim or helicopters. We can land anywhere. All right, 3,000-foot tall sea cliffs here off our left. We're going to turn here in a moment. We're going to get this all on the right-hand side as well. All right, looking up ahead, before we turn around, we have a dome-shaped rock out there. That's Makapu Rock. The peninsula just past it on the other side, coming away from the cliffs, is Kalapapa. Kalapapa is where our leper colony is located. There are still patients with leprosy out there. Yes. It's now known as Hansen's disease. We have about 6 patients still alive. Once the last one passes on, that will be opened up as a state or national park. Kalapapa. All right, our islands are created layer by layer, built up over time, solidified lava. This whole side of the island of Molokai came crashing down about 2 million years ago. We had earthquakes and tectonic activity, basically sheared off this entire side. That left us with 3,000-foot tall sea cliffs and waterfalls. Richmond, right up ahead here, Wailau Valley. This is our black sand beach here coming up. And then it becomes a little more rocky as it comes up. We have a house in the trees. We have campers inside the tree line. Anybody living here is a squatter. This is state land. Although you can probably just say squatting is extended camping. Government leaves them alone, pretty remote. No electricity, no taxes. That's because there's no income. Living off the land like that, I might be able to handle that for about 2 weeks or so before I went a little stir crazy. Only if somebody held my hand, made sure I didn't starve to death. I'm not much of a hunter-gatherer, unless it involves Costco or Safeway. All right, you can see our layers here, how the islands are built. One last peek at Papala'ua. We'll pass it here off our right to the very back. That is our 1,200-foot waterfall in the back. So for wild animals on the islands, we have pigs, goats. Sometimes you might see goats out here. We have deer, mongooses. Mongooses are long, skinny animals with short legs and long tails that like to keep you on your toes and run right across the road in front of you when you're driving. They are about the size of a weasel or ferret, a little bit bigger than a squirrel. We have no squirrels on the islands. Also, back on Maui, we have wild cows running around. Please watch out for the crazy feral cows. They will stand around and moo at you all day long. They actually got away from our ranchers. Over time, they would get loose, they would escape, they would wander out into the rainforest. Now we have wild cows on Maui, living their life on Maui, hiding out from the ranchers, probably having a party someplace. Not a bad life. And then, of course, we have our wild chickens. You can't miss them unless you close your eyes. They are everywhere. Talk about free range. They think they own the place. Our roosters, unfortunately, don't know how to tell time, so they're going to crow whenever they feel like it, and that can be all day, that can be all night. That could be all day and all night, and for some reason they really like the tree outside my front door. That tree has been removed. Now they're in the next tree down, which is a little bit further out. So I'm going to call that one a win. They're not outside the front door. We do keep bands going at night for white noise to help us drown out those roosters, since I can't drown them myself. Rushni, help me look for sharks. Sometimes we'll see them out here if they're on the surface. We're back to Halava. Once again, Halava Valley hit by the tsunami. It was 1946 when it hit. And it did hit all the islands. This valley was hit pretty hard because it's pretty low. Water flooded in here, basically lifted up everything, carried it back out to sea. That was 1946, and then of all days, for the tsunami to hit, it was April 1st, 1946. Some people initially thought it was an April Fool's joke, not something we're going to joke around with. And so a few years after that, we installed the tsunami warning system. We have a statewide system of sirens all over the islands. They do test them at the beginning of each month. So for this month, it was the first. It's the first working day of the month. Happens around 11:45 a.m. for Maui. In general, all the islands are fairly similar. It's usually right around the first, right around noon. I did not see any sharks that time. All right, we're coming up on our elephant. Let's see if we can actually see it. Jackie, Xiao, we're going to keep this on the right side. It's not going to last long. We are going to get about 2 seconds for the elephant once we fully see it. I'll try to give you a good angle. I'm going to point out some features here. We got our big rock only that we're looking at. That's the back facing us. The tail's in the water, runs up the back, creates the spine. Trunk laid out into the ocean. Top of the head connects with the trunk, creates the bridge of the nose. There's the bridge of the nose. Legs are underneath it like it's laying on its side, and then here's the mouth. There's the elephant for the next 2 seconds. 1,000. 1,000. Right about here it starts changing. The body's rounding out, becoming our turtle shell. The trunk becomes the flipper. The rock out front becomes the turtle's head, and just like that, we are back to the turtle. Jackie, were you able to see it? Perfect, yeah. 2 seconds for the elephant. That's all we get. The rest of the time you see a turtle, and they still named it Elephant Rock. I am also a little curious how they knew what an elephant looked like, because there are not a lot of elephants running around Hawaii. All right, back across our crazy fisherman channel, back over to Maui.
Sleeplessly embracing butterflies and needles line my seamed up joint, in case I need it. In my stomach, on my heart, chainmail, hunger of the pine. Hunger of the pine. Sleeplessly embracing your yearning to me, plenty more desiracy, and so you finally use it. Betting with me, you see at night your heart wears night armor. Hunger of
Come out between November and April if you want to see whales. Our whale watching season goes from about those times. Best time, though, is going to be right around the month of February. January, February, and March, always a great time for whale watching. We get a lot of whales out here, and you can hear them underwater. Lots of conversations going on, so it's pretty noisy down there when the whales are around. It's pretty cool. They give birth in warmer waters by the equator, start migrating up to Alaska where the waters are colder. Spend a little bit of time here with the newborn calves playing around. Now year-round you might hear dolphins, so if you're out there swimming or snorkeling, try listening for them.
Realization grew on me as quickly as it takes your hand to warm the cold side of you. I'm there for you, be there for me. I'm the song the soldiers sing as they march outside our window under all the pine.
Alright, we have Honokaha Valley that goes to the back of our mountains. That's the valley we dipped into and followed out a little bit of the ways from out of the mountains back to the ocean. Straight ahead we have some very red sea cliffs. This is all iron-rich volcanic rock and soil. Iron is going to rust over time, giving us this red color. And we have the beautiful shades of blue right against the red rock. Make sure you look straight down as we pass over the cliffs here. This is one of the redder spots on Maui. Red rock, blue ocean right underneath us. Now we're over one of the old pineapple fields now. You can kind of see where rows used to be. Those are lined up for harvesting equipment. Jackie Xiao, left side, we have a little peninsula here. This is the Nakalele Points, and we have the Nakalele blowhole down here. It's an old lava tube. Wind and water get forced up through it as waves come in. Waves are very small right now, so it's not going to be very active. This tends to get more active in the kind of mid to late afternoon. But it's down here where the rock's a little flatter and a little bit wet up on top of the rock. So best time is mid-afternoon to late afternoon. We're on the northwestern side of Maui. Akash, Rishmi, over here right side, we've got some sea cliffs. Right behind the tall sea cliff, there's a little parking area. Short trail will take you right up to the edge of that cliff, overlooking the ocean. Beautiful blue ocean on one side, green mountains on the other. We also have additional hiking trails throughout this whole section here on the right. One of those will take you to a park bench, which is here off our right, in between the two little hills, right where the grass meets the dirt. Great place to relax, watch the waves, see if you can find any sea life. Possibilities include dolphins, turtles, manta rays, sharks, schools of fish. Lauren, Victoria, right up ahead here, tide pools. These are called the olivine pools. A lot of people like to come out here to the olivine pools and go swimming in them. Just don't go down there with big waves. Those waves can carry you out to sea if you're not paying attention. But if it looks safe and you want to get down there, just park here where the cars are and they'll take this little trail. That will take you right past a yellow sign that says don't go down there. Most days it's pretty safe, not always though. So don't go down there with big waves. At that point, you probably want to turn around, head back the other way, or you're heading into Kahakloa Village here on the right. This is where your road turns into a one-lane road for several miles. If you have a rental car, you are not covered on that road. If you still want to go through there, and most people do for some reason, make sure you can back up your car really well. I have seen tires hanging off the edge of the cliffs. They backed up a little bit too far. One of the last times I drove that road, there was a car on the side of the road with a flat tire. There wasn't enough room to get by. I was getting ready to pass, and then a huge Cadillac Escalade came down the hill, stopped right in front of me, blocked off the passage. 2 more cars follow him down, blocking him in. 2 cars follow me down, blocking me in, and now we have 6 cars facing each other on a 1-lane road where a car has a flat tire. Absolutely no room to get by. One by one, we all had to start backing up, spreading out, try to find areas where we could basically weave through each other without going off the edge of the cliffs or scraping each other up. That road's not for everybody. Some people find themselves on that road by accident, thinking it's going to be a shortcut over to the airport. Not a shortcut. That all being said, if you make it through the little village back there, Kahakaloa, Auntie Julia has a bright green stand on the side of the road. She sells ginger candies, banana bread, drinks, and snacks, and she does have some of the best banana bread on the island. But you have to brave the 1-lane road to get to it. All right, we are getting close to the airport. I need to go silent here. I'm going to talk to the tower and monitor traffic as we come in. Sit back, relax. We'll be on the ground here in a few minutes.
Getting lost and found your whole world inside of 1 road town. Take me back,
Such a pretty day today.
take me back to you. Sometimes I think about life was so simple back then. We'd run around, no shoes, just some cane field blues. No thought to what was round the bend. Sheets filled with sand and secrets in the band. And sometimes I wonder if it's all a dream. Another green flash playing tricks on me. But I know deep inside I'm still alive. Let me take it back and you'll see. Remember getting lost and found your home inside a 1-road town. To set your mind at ease through the tropical breeze and Uncle playing sake. We used to spend all day at the beach, shore break fishing and sunburned cheeks. Take me back, take me back, take me back, take me back to you. You know that I try not to live in the past. But when my mind starts to run, then it sure runs fast. Clear skies on that green, green grass. In the valley of the kings on that old rope swing. And if you climb up in the tallest tree and get a quick glimpse of what the day might be, then you'll know deep inside it's still alive. So whenever you're lost at sea, remember getting lost and found your home inside a 1-road town. Set your mind at ease through the tropical breeze and Uncle playing sake. We used to spend all day at the beach, shore break fishing and sunburned cheeks. Take me back, take me back, take me back, take me back to you. Oh no, take me back, take me back, take me back, take me back to you. Remember getting lost and found your whole world inside a 1-road town. Set your mind at ease through the tropical breeze and Uncle playing sake. We used to spend all day at the beach, shore break fishing and sunburned cheeks. Take me back, take me back, take me back, take
right, everybody, I want to thank you for joining me today, letting me share a little bit of my office view with you. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. When we touch down, stay seated. I'm going to have somebody out here in a moment. They're going to help you out of the helicopter. Just like you were loaded in, we'll have the front seat exit out here off our right side. Front seat goes off the left side. We'll have everybody in the back seat exit out on the right. I do want to welcome you back to Earth. While we're waiting for Megan to come out here, go ahead and undo your seatbelts. And then for your headsets, the headsets for the back seat will go right behind you. There's some hooks will slide on the sides. And then Lauren, Victoria, you can hand me your headsets whenever you're ready, and I will take them for you.